Hi, and welcome back to Discovering Dataflex. And we're working with DB non-aware grid view and list view. And in the last episode, we added some images. And in this episode, we're going to fix an issue with the rows being added in a strange order. So if I click green here and then red, it's going to append after, but it's not appending after. So we want to try to fix this. And what's actually happening is that initially when the grid view is starting, the row ID is set to -1. So we need a way to find the last added row and get that row ID. The way to do that is, and I found this, doesn't say anything in the documentation here, but I found this blog post here where you can see Dan Walsh 46 is showing something, yeah. That you can use increment row IDs. So you can set the row ID of the row, and you can use webGet to get the row. So we're going to try that, and we have an integer count here, and then we just want to add the count of our list, and then we want to increment count, and then I want to web set count to the new count, and I also want to set move count to t the row dot I row ID. So no, we don't want to set that. We don't do that either. We're just going to get the row count, and then we're going to set the row ID. So let's do that. And let's add this count to our title, so you can see what count we got here, and let's see how that works out. Add row, that's added on row 0, 1, 2. So this works, and if I now reload title, it's added on the -1, so we need to add these lines in this function also. So what I would like to do actually is my own AppendRow, so I can still do this. So let's create inside the WebGrid procedure row. It's going to take the same input, a web row, and it's a cWebRow to the row. And then here we're going to actually use this. And then we're going to call this. And instead of calling DataSetAppendRow, I'm just going to call AppendRow to this one. And AppendRow on this one. That I count will be 0 in this case, a blank, I guess. No, it's an integer, so it will be 0 all the time, but we should be able to notice if something is wrong. Yeah, of course. Find that. And in our unit test, if we add an error row and then an OK row, so that works. So this is the way I would prefer to do it, creating my own AppendRow function, making sure we got this. So this is kind of, it feels like a little bit of a hack to get this AppendRow working properly. But I suppose this is the way you have to do it to get it away from this -1 that is probably adding it to the end of an array, and that's why it's getting further down in the list. Yep, that's all I want to cover in this episode. In the next episode, I hope we can do what I've intended to do for a few episodes now and get to the part where we read the data from the list. Until then, have a great week. See ya.